And he said, I think we've got an innocent guy on death row in Oklahoma. And when I started looking at death row in Oklahoma, 10% of the people on death row were actually exonerated when DNA evidence came in. They'd gone through 1 trials, 2 trials, many of them getting ready to be put to death. And DNA evidence proved that they weren't guilty, so they released them. So at least 10% of the time we were making mistakes, even on death row.
Yeah.
But I still, 2 trials, and these folks have heard all the evidence, and they put Richard Glossip behind closed doors, and he had 3 last meals. I mean, he was that close. Literally had
3 different times.
3 different times, 3 last meals. He had 10 different death row dates over a 27-year period of time. But he was actually next to be in line when that drug problem happened with Oklahoma. I don't know if you remember the drugs that they were given to people on death row. It was causing convulsions and stuff like that. They ended up giving wrong drugs to one of them or something. And so there was a stay of execution that time. He had a couple of stays. While I was in, I asked Governor Stitt to give a 30-day stay because I'd gone to the Attorney General at that time, Mike Hunter, and I'd gone to the attorney for Richard Glossip. And I said, show me where he's innocent or show me where he's guilty. Give me some proof. And neither side could really prove it out, right? So I thought, well, I can't fully believe his attorney. And when I go to the AG's office, the AG held up a manila envelope my very first day over there and had 6 or 7 other attorneys sitting around a table with a big old box of evidence. And he said, he's guilty. Everything you're hearing about, he's guilty. There's no new evidence, no nothing. And he said, did you know he took a lie detector test? And he held it up in the air. And I said, no, I didn't know that. And he threw it down on the table. And he said, and he failed. The guy's guilty. And so I left and started doing more digging on my own and finally figured out that we're going to have a third party come in. And I truly wanted a third party to dig into both sides and tell me, I didn't want you to tell me he's guilty. I didn't want you to tell me he was innocent. I want to know what you think the truth is.
Yeah. Yeah. Tell me the findings.
Now, tell me what
Keep
you
it
find.
simple.
Yeah. And they put 30 attorneys on it. About
Wow.
a $1.5 million deal. Cost the state nothing. They volunteered their time. And when they came back, they had 350 pages and a lot of evidence. I found out